Okay, good evening to everyone. Good evening to all of you. How are you all? So first let me know, is audio and video both are okay? Are we good to go? First let me know, is audio and video both are okay? Yes, both are okay, right? So let's start the session, and today's session we are going to discuss the banker-customer relationship. That's the first chapter of our subject of PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking. So let's start the session. So before coming towards the banker-customer relationship, first of all, why we have to study this chapter? Because we know bank is providing different kind of services. Like if I talk about bank, so bank is doing what? Bank is providing different kind of services to the customer. And as per the kind of services bank is providing to the customer, they are maintaining with each other a certain relationship. They are maintaining with each other a certain relationship on the basis of the services bank is providing to the customer. That we know. As I have talked about like narrow banking, I have told you about the narrow banking. What is narrow banking? Let me know. What is narrow banking? So first of all, what is banking? Banking simply means the services bank is providing to the customer is known as banking. So whatever services bank is providing to the customer, that will be known as banking. So first, let me know, what is narrow banking? What is narrow banking? What is narrow banking? Let me know. If you don't know the answer, just write that you don't know, so that I will be continuing the session. Yeah, this is a part of revised syllabus, Anand sir. Limited services, okay. Particular services only. Don't know, okay. So when it comes to the narrow banking means when the bank is providing limited services to the customer, that will be known as narrow banking. Let's say for example, payment banks. We have heard about the payment banks. Payment banks cannot provide loan to public. Payment banks cannot provide loan to public, and they can accept only CASA. They are not able to accept the RAFA also. So payment bank are providing the narrow banking services. It means when bank place its fund only in risk-free assets. When bank place its fund only in risk-free asset, that will be known as your narrow banking. Okay, that will be known as narrow banking when the bank place its fund only in risk-free assets. That is your narrow banking, right? Now, apart from narrow banking, we have discussed about the shadow banking. Let me know, what is shadow banking? What is shadow banking? I have discussed this shadow banking in the class. Very good. The banking services provided by NBFC. So all the banking services which are NBFCs are providing to us, that will be known as your shadow banking, right? Apart from shadow banking, what we have rest? We have the next one like para banking. What is para banking? Let me know. What is para banking? Vidisha ma'am, you can go to the Amazon. You will find there. On Kindle, you will find that. Third party products. Okay, when the bank is providing extra facility apart from the day-to-day activity, apart from the day-to-day transactions, when the bank is providing the extra activities to the customer, that will be known as para banking. Okay. Now, what is universal banking? What is universal banking? I have explained the difference also between the universal and para banking. Let me know. What is universal banking? Very good. The type of banking in which all kinds of services will be available. All kinds of activities will be available from the side of the bank in a single roof, in a one roof only. That will be known as your umbrella, that will be known as your universal banking. Okay, what is Islamic banking? What is Islamic banking? Very good. The banking in which no interest will be provided. The banking which is following the Sharia law. Okay, and under the Sharia law, the acceptance and giving of interest is prohibited. Under the Sharia law, the acceptance and giving of interest is prohibited. That is known as your Islamic banking. Okay. So this is what we have discussed: narrow banking, shadow banking, para banking, universal banking, Islamic banking. Clear? Now, Why I am discussing this type of banking? This type of banking don't have any relation with the banker-customer relationship chapter, but I am just trying to letting you know that the different kind of services bank is providing to the customer. On the basis of that, we are defining the banking. So what is banking? The services bank is providing to the customer. So on the basis of the services bank is providing, we have different types of banking types, the types of banking we have according to that. Similarly, when there we are talking about the customer banker relationship, so the customer bank is providing different services to the customer. According to that, they are maintaining a certain relationship with each other. Okay, so there are so many types of relationship bank and customer are maintaining. Let's understand that. So first of all, this is the basic introduction of the chapter. That relationship between banker and customer is a legal relationship. One second. It's a legal relationship that starts after the formation of a contract. So whatever kind of services is bank providing to the customer, whatever kind of services customer went to the bank to take the services, according to that contract, a legal relationship will be maintained between the bank and the customers. Now, when a person who opens a bank account in the bank and banker gives his acceptance for the account, it binds banker and customer in the contractual relationship. So whatever kind of services you went to take from the bank, whatever kind of services you went to take from the bank, as soon as you sign for that particular service, like you have asked for the particular service from the bank and bank has given you the acceptance that yes, we are going to provide you the service, that the time when you comes under the contractual relationship. Okay, so the person who holds the bank account in the bank and uses its services is called bank customer. So the person who is taking the services from the bank is known as bank customer. So the contractual relationship between the bank and customer creates more types of banker-customer relationship. So according to what kind of services you are providing, the different relationship will be maintained by the bank and customer. And according to that, the banker-customer relationship types will be created. Okay, that's a very basic introduction of the chapter. Next. So you can see here, according to section 3 of Negotiable Instrument Act, the term banker includes any person acting as a banker. Okay, or you can say the person doing the banking business is called a banker, and the person who is connected with the bank, either depositing his money or taking a loan from the bank, is called bank customer. Okay, it is called bank customer. So simply the section 3 of Negotiable Instrument Act defines the term banker, that includes any person who is acting as a banker. Achha, what is negotiable instrument? Let me know. What is negotiable instrument? What is negotiable instrument? If you don't know the answer, just write you don't know. Okay, but react immediately. Promissory note, bill of exchange and check. Okay, these are the types of your okay. These are the types of negotiable instrument. I am asking, what is negotiable instrument? Payable on demand, like check, bill of exchange, writing document. Don't know, Indian rupee note. Okay. Let's stop. Let's discuss first what is negotiable instrument. So yes, very good. I got the answer. Pramod sir said transferable instrument. Negotiable instruments are the transferable instrument which gives. What is negotiable instrument? Negotiable instrument is simply a document which guaranteeing the payment of a certain sum of money to a certain person, either on demand or on a set time, or on a set time, for a particular duration, like, or for a particular event you have taken. So what is negotiable instrument? Negotiable instrument is simply, negotiable instrument is a document which guaranteeing the payment of a specific amount of money, to a certain person, to a certain person on to a certain person either on demand or a set time okay, that is known as negotiable instrument. So negotiable instrument is simply a type of transferable instrument which can be used to provide payment to the certain person on a certain date, either on demand or a set time. Demand means, let's say for example, I issued a promissory note on the name of Karthik sir. Okay, okay, what I have done, I issued a promissory note on the name of Karthik sir and I have mentioned the date, that is for example 25th of February. It means I will be giving money to the Karthik sir on 25th of February. But Karthik sir required the payment on 1st of February because he has seen that their budget has been launched by the government of India, and because of that share market fluctuates. So he want to invest his money in the share market. So he needs money on 1st February. But what I did, I have given the document of the 25th of February date in which I am going to do the payment. So what he is going to do, he will take that promissory note to the bank and ask the bank for discounting the bill. So as per the credit history of Mr. Karthik, bank will discount a certain amount of money to the Mr. Karthik, and the rest of the money will be returned by bank when I will be giving the money to the bank on 25th of February. So that's why it is written here either on demand or a set time. Set time means the maturity which has been mentioned on the document. This is the negotiable instrument. Clear? Demand draft is not covered under the Negotiable Instrument Act. So this is the negotiable instrument. So NI Act was introduced in 1881. Under section 13 of Negotiable Instrument Act, it has defined what is the negotiable instrument means. So section 13 defines the negotiable instrument means. Okay, and there are three negotiable instruments. The first negotiable instrument is defined under the section 4, that is promissory note. Acha, first of all, our exam is your exam is objective. Okay, there is no descriptive paper there. But still, do not write PN for the promissory note, because PN represents the participatory notes, and I have told that to you in the last class only. In the last class, we have discussed participatory note, ADR, GDR, etc. We have discussed that. So in that, I have told you PN, P notes or participatory notes. These three are the same thing. So if you want to write the promissory note, you have to write the full form, because there is no short form of the promissory note. Okay, do remember that. PN is wrong. Clear? Now next. Section 5 talks about the bill of exchange, and section 6 talk about the check. So these are the three negotiable instruments are there. Okay. Let me know negotiable instruments are clear. Is there any doubt in negotiable instruments? Okay, clear. Section 13 defines the negotiable instrument means, like what is the negotiable instrument, the definition of negotiable instrument. The name of the negotiable instrument is defined under the section 13. Section 6 defines the check. Okay. So we are not going to cover these terms in detail today, because we are on the chapter of banker-customer relationship. There is a negotiable instrument in your subject already, so that we will be discussing. Section 13 is simply means it is defining what is negotiable instrument, the definition of negotiable instrument. What actually the negotiable instrument is, that is defined under the section 13. Okay, sir. Section 13 is nothing, just the what is the negotiable instrument is. The definition of negotiable instrument is defined there. Okay, next. So we are talking about here that according to section 3, the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, the term banker includes any person who is acting as a banker. Okay, and this is what we are defining. The person who is doing the banking business is called a banker, and the person who is connected with the bank, either depositing his money or taking a loan from the bank, is called a bank customer. Right? Next. So the relationship between banker and customer can be of various types because it totally depends upon the activities, products and services provided by the banker to the customer. Okay, provided by the banker to the customer. So what we are saying that the relationship between the bank and customer, it totally depends what kind of relationship the bank and customer, or what kind of product, services, etc. activities are provided by bank to the customer. Okay, although the relationship is totally based on the contact, trust is an important part of the relationship between the banker and customer. Let's say, for example, I am depositing my money to the bank. If I do not trust the bank, can you think that I will be having a bank account? Why we are having the issue that right now the certain population is not linked with the bank? Why there is a need of financial literacy? Because still now, till 2023, there are certain people who do not trust on the bank. They don't trust on the bank. They don't know what is banking. They don't know what is the deposit, withdrawal, lending, etc. services is. So that's why we need to create the financial awareness. That's why we need to spread the financial literacy. Okay, so if you don't trust the bank, like if I don't trust that my money will be safe in the bank, then I will not having a bank account. I will not having any transaction with the bank. So banker customer relationship is built on the type of activity, services, product you are offering to the customer, but that is dependent on the trust the customer is having on the bank. Okay, next. The banker and customer relationship are based on the trust. So this relationship is divided into two important parts to understand clearly. Okay, it has been divided into two parts that to understand clearly what is actually it means. Clear? So first one is the general relationship between bank and customer, the special relationship between bank and customer. Okay, what are the general relationship? What are the general relationship? The general relationship is like debtor and creditor, belly and beller, trustee and trustor, okay, lessee and lessor. These are the type of relationship which are general relationship. Okay, if I talk about the special relationship between banker and customer, the duties and instructions will be there to understand a special relationship between banker and customer. Okay, so what are the duties and what are the responsibilities or the instructions to the banker has, that will be defining the special relationship between banker and customer. Like for example, you can call it a garnish order. Garnish order having a special relationship between banker and customer. Your attachment order is having a special relationship between banker and customer. Okay, attachment order is there between the special relationship between banker and customer, and all these are very important. Garnish order, attachment order, these are very important. Okay, these are the special relationship between banker and customer, they are important. So rights of a banker, the duties of a banker, right of set off, right of appropriation, all these are the special relation between banker and customer. So today we are just going to discuss the general relationship between banker and customer, what general relationship they are maintaining with each other. So let's start with the this point that is saying that the service provided by a banker to his customer comes under a general relationship. Whatever kind of services is bank providing to its customer, that is defining your general relationship between the banker and customer. And what kind of these services are? First, it is creating your data, that is first is saying relationship as debtor and creditor. Debtor and creditor. So the bank is a debtor and the customer is a creditor. Okay, first you have a bank is a debtor and customer is a creditor. Now let's understand this. So on the opening of an account, the banker assumes the position of a debtor. Okay, banker assumes the position of a debtor. Like when a customer is opening an account, so customer is giving money to the bank. So customer becomes the creditor and banker becomes the debtor in that situation. So a depositor remains a creditor of his banker so long as the account carries a credit balance. Okay, so when till then the day till the customer's account having a credit balance and carries a credit balance, the customer will be your creditor and the banker will be your depositor. The debtor. Okay, so it is very simple. When I am opening a bank account in a bank, I am giving money to the bank. So when I am giving money to the bank, I will be a creditor and bank will be a debtor who is taking money from me. So you can see the relationship with the customer is resolved as soon as the customer account is overdrawn. So the customer account is overdrawn means if you have taken overdraft in that particular account, now you will become the debtor and the bank will become your creditor. Because you have taken the overdraft, you are taking money from the bank, you are taking loan from the bank. Now in that situation, bank will become the creditor and the customer will become the debtor. Clear? Let me know, is it clear? Both the conditions are clear. In case of account opening and in case of overdrawn from the account, is both the conditions is clear to everyone? Answer quickly so that I will be continuing the session. Okay, clear to everyone. Everyone is saying yes. Okay, let's continue. So what we are saying is the banker becomes a creditor of the customer who has taken a loan from the banker and continues in that capacity first the loan is repaid. So until the customer repaid the loan, till then the bank will remain the creditor and the customer will remain the debtor. Okay, now the demand should be made in a proper manner. If you are withdrawing your money, the demand should be done in a proper manner. So customer should demand payment not verbally. Okay, it's not like you went to the bank and you are asking, just give me my deposit back and bank is giving you that. No. Or by a mere telephone call. But they have to call for their withdrawal by check, demand draft, withdrawal form, order or otherwise. So that will be a better way or that will be the only way by which you can withdraw your money. So further, the demand should be made during the working days and working hours under the section 25 and 65 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 respectively. Okay, so if you want your withdrawal in the working days, you have to call for your money, not the call, I can say you have to apply for the withdrawal of your money, and also the working hours. If there is no working hours, if there is no working days, your money will not be withdrawn by you because the bank is not working at that time. Or it is defined under section 25 and section 65 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Achha, do let me know, the holidays of banks are defined under which act? The holidays of banks are decided or defined under which act? Okay. Banking Regulation Act, NI Act maybe, don't know. No act is there. Okay. So the bankers' holidays is defined under Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. This question has been asked so many times in the PO clerk level exam. Okay, this question used to be asked, but now they are not asking this question. They used to ask the bank holidays are defined under which particular act, and the option they used to give: Banking Regulation Act, RBI Act, in Negotiable Instrument Act, Bank Nationalization Act, PSS Act, etc. But now they are not asking, but still you should know, because you are a banker, that your holidays are defined under the Negotiable Instrument Act. Okay, now that's a very basic information. Now creditor-debtor relationship. So now the bank is the creditor and customer is the debtor because customer is taking loan. So when the bank lends money to the customer is the borrower and the bank is the lender. So the relationship between the banker and the customer, therefore that a creditor and debtor. So bank will become the creditor here and the customer will become the debtor here. That is the creditor-debtor relationship between bank and customer. Now, belly and beller relationship. So belly will be your bank and beller will be your customer. Now what is it? So as per the section 148 of Indian Contract Act 1872, a bailment is a contract where one person delivers goods to another person for some purpose. It means the person delivering the goods is the beller and the person receiving the goods is the belly. Okay, so what we are saying, like for example, when one person delivers certain goods to the another person for a particular purpose, that will be known as the contract of bailment. Okay, so the person who is delivering the goods is the beller and the person who is receiving the goods is the belly. So after the accomplishment of the purpose, okay, after the accomplishment of the purpose, the belly needs to return these goods to the beller or dispose of them according to the directions of the beller. Okay, so this is what we are saying, that after the accomplishment of the purpose, whatever the purpose was there, because of which the one person has given the certain goods to another, if the purpose has been completed, then what happened? The belly needs to return these goods to the beller. Okay, so you can see the finder of the lost goods, section 71 of Indian Contract Act, should return any increase in goods and animal to the true owner under section 164 of the Act. The finder has to take care of such goods as an ordinary prudent man. So this is the belly and beller relationship between the bank and customer, where the bank will be belly and customer will be beller. Let me know, is it clear? Yes, clear to all? Sections, certain sections are important, not all the sections are important. In the banker-customer relationship, you don't have to remember all the sections. I will be letting you know in the end of the chapter that which section you have to cover. Clear? Okay. Example is like for example, you have given a certain property to bank to safeguard. And you have given the certain property to the bank to safeguard that. In that situation, that will be known as belly relationship. Like customer has given a box or any kind of asset of a customer. What kind of, let's say for example, I have a box of jewelry. I have given that to the bank to save it. For the safekeeping, I have given that particular box of jewelry to the bank. In that situation, I will be becoming the beller and the bank will be becoming the belly. Clear? This is the example. Okay, next. Now, the relationship as trustee and beneficiary. So, a bank performs the relationship as a trustee with his customer when the bank customer deposited his property or other asset. Okay, like in this case, the bank holds the property or other documents of a bank customer in exchange for the loan provided by the bank. Okay, so when bank is giving loan to the customer is providing a certain collateral to the bank and that will be maintained by the bank. And this is the relationship of trustee and beneficiary. So the person who is depositing the property or other document is known as the beneficiary. So I was taking loan from the bank. So I have provided my particular property. I have given my home papers or I have given my any particular policy or anything for the collateral or the security. So in that situation, bank will be a trustee, I will be a beneficiary because I will be taking loan from the bank and my property will be secured by the bank. So that is known as your trustee and beneficiary relationship. So bank will be your trustee and the customer will be your beneficiary. Okay. So it can be done in two conditions. This relationship can be done in two conditions. So first, when a person deposited his important document in the bank locker, the person took the loan and deposited his property document as the security. So these are the two conditions. The first condition we have discussed, that when bank, the customer is depositing certain important document in the bank locker, that is in that condition also bank will become the trustee. And second, when the person has taken the loan from the bank and given a certain property document or etc. for the collateral purpose, that will be also covered under the trustee relationship with the customer. Clear? In the belly and beller, you are having a safe custody, na? That will be your safe custody, Nilima ma'am. Now, the bank performs the relationship as a trustee with his customer when the bank customer deposited his property or other asset. In this case, the bank holds the property of other document of a bank customer in exchange of the loan provided by the bank. So, the person who is depositing the property or other document is known as the beneficiary. So, bank will be known as the trustee and the customer will be known as the beneficiary. Clear? Let me know till now everything is clear to everyone. Okay. Difference between what? See, locker can be taken by anyone. If you are talking about the locker and safe custody, na, locker can be taken by any person. Any person can take the locker facility from the bank. But the safe custody facility will be given to a valued customer of the bank only. Okay, safe custody means you directly debit the locker rent from your account, है ना? And you easily release the content to the nominee and you make hassle-free payments to the bank of that particular facility. Clear? So, in the locker can be hired by any person, but in the safe custody, it will be given to the valued customer only. Okay, next. So, relationship as principal and agent. Now, on behalf of me, bank is paying my credit card bill. On behalf of me, bank is paying my electricity bill. Bank is paying my DTH bill. So, etc. bills is bank is paying because I have ordered bank to do so. That is known as relationship of principal and agent. Now, I will be a principal and bank will be an agent. Okay. Now, the bankers provide agent services to their customer. The agent is defined under section A182 of the Indian Contract Act as the agent is the person who is employed by a person by giving him the power of attorney to work or deal on his behalf. So, I have given the permission to bank that bank can perform my certain activity or bank can represent on behalf of me in the certain business of mine. Okay. So, banker pay taxes. Banker is paying electricity bill, insurance premium, etc. at the command of the bank customer who acts as a principal. So, when I am saying to bank that pay my LIC policy premium, pay my taxes to the government, pay my electricity bill, pay my DTH bill, etc. in that situation, bank is my agent and I will be a principal. So, the bank usually charges for these services provided by the bank to the customer. So, if bank is doing all these activity for me, bank will charge a certain fee from me and bank will act as a agent and I will be acting as a principal. We will have that particular chart in the end of the discussion of all the types of relationship. We will be having that particular chart to understand all the relationship in a one go. Okay, don't worry about it. Next. Relationship as lessor and lessee. It should be lesser. OR. Lessor and lessee. So, actually the lessor will be your owner. Lessee will be your tenant. Very basic. If you are taking something on rent, that will be creating the relationship of lessor and lessee between bank and customer. Okay. So, you can see section 105 of the Transfer of Property Act deals with the contract of your lease. So, leases means simply you are taking something on rent. Anna, that is something like taking something on a loan or not a loan, on a rent, that will be known as your lessee. Clear? Next. So this happens in the relationship between banker and customer when the bank provides a safe deposit locker to the customer of the bank to save his important property for a certain period of time. Okay, so when the customer is taking a certain facility from the bank to provide a safe deposit locker in which customer can maintain his or her valuable things, it can be a document, it can be anything else, then it will be a relationship of lessor and lessee, because I am paying a rent to the bank to have that particular area of bank. I am having a locker in a bank, so that area belongs to the bank, and I am hiring that area to put my particular product in that particular locker. So in that situation, what happens? Bank will become the owner, so bank is the lessor, and I am renting that locker out, so I will be a tenant. Okay, I will be a lessee. So the bank changes its customer who is taking the benefit of the locker for a certain period of time. Okay, next. Now the relationship as pledger and pledgee. Relationship as pledger and pledgee. Achha, apart from this, what we have discussed in the lessor and lessee relationship, there is one type, that is leasing. What is leasing? Leasing is simply a type of alternate source of finance. Alternate source of finance. Okay, the alternate source of finance is known as leasing. Clear? Now, what is leasing? Leasing is simply when you are taking something on rent. Like if I am living in a particular flat, and that particular flat I have taken on a rent, that will be known as leasing. So lessor and lessee will be there in the particular leasing. There are four terms. That is, first is lessor, that is the owner. Then we have a lessee, that is your tenant. Then we have a lease asset, the property or the something that you are giving on the rent. Okay, and then will be a lease payment. Lease payment simply whatever rent you are taking from the tenant, that will be known as lease payment. So let's say, for example, in case of bank, the bank will be lessor, the customer will be lessee, the locker will be the asset, and the fee you are paying for the locker will be lease payment. Okay, and it is not mandatory that it should be there in the bank. It can be there in any particular business. You can have a leasing. Clear? I am not talking about from the side of a bank, Sukrant sir. No, I am not saying that locker is an asset of a bank. No. Locker means lease asset, something you are giving to the person on which you are charging a money. So in context of the leasing, in context of the alternate source of finance, what is your services there which you are giving? So you are giving the lease asset, you are giving the locker on which you are charging a fees from your customer. That's why I have written it. Okay, this is not from the side of the bank. This is not from the side of the contract of bank, like bank is providing locker, so locker is an asset of a bank. No. Bank is providing additional services to the bank, that is definitely ancillary services. I am just telling you that in alternate source of finance, what will be the example of the these four terminologies. Clear? So don't misunderstand this, that I am saying that bank is a locker is an asset of a bank. No, that's not what I am saying. Okay, let's continue here. So what we are talking about, relationship as pledger and pledgee now. So the banker performs the relationship of pledger and pledgee when the customer took the loan from the bank and the deposits some security to the banker. Okay, that is the pledger and pledgee relationship. So what is pledger and pledgee relationship? And performs the relationship of pledger and pledgee when the customer took the loan from the bank. Okay, customer has taken loan from the bank and deposit the some security to the banker. Okay, and he has deposited some security to the banker. In that situation, the customer becomes a pledger and the bank became a pledgee. Okay, right. So the customer will become the pledger and the bank will become the pledgee. Do remember that? So the security of the customer will remain in the custody of the bank until the person repays the money of loan taken by him from the bank. Okay. So until the customer returns the loan, till then that particular property of the customer, the security of the customer will remains with the bank. So what is pledge? Pledge is simply means a collateral. Pledge means security. And that security will be movable security. When you talk about the pledge, now pledge is a type of collateral. So in the pledge, we are doing what? We are giving a certain security to the bank while we are taking loan, and that security will be movable. You can move that security from one place to another. Okay. So in case of pledger and pledgee, what you are doing? One is taking loan and other one is having a security on behalf of that loan. So that's why our bank will become the pledger who is taking loan, and customer will become the pledger who is taking loan, and bank will become the pledgee who is giving the loan to the customer. Okay, on behalf of a certain security. Okay, next. So relationship as advisor and client. Relationship as an advisor and client. The relationship between the banker and the customer can be as advisor and client in a case when the customer invests in securities. So the bank gives advice to his customer for investing. Okay, like the merchant banking is doing. In merchant banking, what happens? First of all, merchant banking is the only type of banking which is regulated by SEBI. Okay, and in case of merchant banking, what happens? It will provide you the commercial services as well as the consultancy services. So it will let you know where should you invest your money, how should you invest your money, etc. will be told by your bank. So for example, if you are planning to take any kind of loan, but you are not sure that which type of loan you want to take. So here the bank can advise you officially or unofficially to take the right decision here. So in that case, the banker will be your advisor and you will be his client. So let's say, for example, I want to invest my money, but I don't know where to invest in the share market, in the, let's say, for example, real estate, in gold market, in derivative, in commodity market. I don't know where to invest. So bank is advising me that what will be the better investment for my money, and that will be known as your advisor and client relationship. So bank became your advisor and you are the client of the bank. Okay, now relationship as mortgager or mortgagee. Mortgager and mortgagee relationship. So first of all, section 58A of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 defines the mortgage as a mortgage is the transfer of an interest in a specific immovable property for the purpose of securing the payment of money advanced by way of loan, etc. So mortgage is also a type of collateral. Mortgage is also a type of like security, like the pledge is a security, pledge is a collateral. Similarly, mortgage is also a collateral. But in pledge, you are giving a certain security that is movable. But in a mortgage, you will be giving a certain security that is immovable. Like it will be always a home loan. Hana, you have to provide an immovable property here. So the mortgage is simply a kind of security that you are giving to take loan on behalf of what you have to pay the interest there. So when the banker provides a credit facility to his customer against the security of immovable property, the customer becomes a mortgager and the bank becomes the mortgagee because bank is giving the loan. Okay, so the bank will become the mortgagee and the customer will become the mortgager when customer is taking loan from the bank by giving the immovable property as a collateral. Clear? So mortgage will always be your immovable property. Now, guarantor and guarantee relationship. So at the time of international trade, importer needs guarantee to receive goods from the exporter. Like if you are doing a foreign trade, when you are doing a foreign trade, you don't know the exporter don't know the importer. In that situation, you can't trust the parties. You can't make the advance payment. But if you are not making the advance payment, there is a risk that the exporter will not be able to produce the goods because he don't have a money. So he also need a security, like if he produces the goods, you are definitely going to buy it. So exporter needs a guarantee, importer also needs a guarantee. Okay. So what we are saying, so at the time of international trade, importer needs guarantee to receive goods from the exporter. Okay, so here bank gives the guarantee to its customer, like bank issue letter of credit to the exporter by stating strength of importer financial position. Okay, so letter of credit is what? A way by which you are dealing among the dealing between the exporter and importer. Okay, now what is letter of credit? Let's understand what is letter of credit. Let's say there is a importer and exporter is there. It is a importer who is living in India, and there is an exporter who is living in USA. Okay, there is importer exporter. Now the exporter is asking for what? Advance payment. I am explaining the same thing, Monica ma'am. I am explaining the letter of credit, which is the guarantor-guarantee relationship. So see, importer is in India and exporter is in USA. Importer wants an advance payment, then he will be doing the shipment of the goods. But importer do not trust the exporter, because importer do not know the exporter. They don't have a personal relation. So in that situation, importer is afraid that if I did the payment, advance payment, maybe chances exporter will not send me the shipment. So what he will do, he will go to his bank. Okay, the importer will go to his bank, that will be in India, importer's bank, and ask for issuing the letter of credit on behalf of importer on the name of your exporter. Okay, now the bank of importer will issue the LC and will give that LC to the exporter's bank, that will be in a USA. When exporter's bank will get the LC, it will inform the exporter, and exporter will do the shipment of the goods, and as the shipment will receive by the importer, the payment will be released by the bank here. The payment will be released by the bank here. So what is letter of credit? Letter of credit is simply a type of, or we can say mode of payment. Letter of credit is a secured mode of payment which is used in the international trade. When there is an international trade, exporter and importer do not know each other. So they need a certain guarantee that the money will be received and the goods will be received. In that situation, they use the secure mode of payment, that is the LC, that will be issued by the importer's bank on behalf of importer on the name of exporter, and will be received by the exporter's bank in the other country. Clear? No. Letter of credit and bank guarantee both are different. So letter of credit works until the contract has been completed, like goods reach to the importer and payment reach to the exporter. Till then the letter of credit is working. Bank guarantee will only become active when the party defaults in the contract. Only then the bank guarantee will work, otherwise bank guarantee will not be used. Okay, let me know till now it is clear. Monica ma'am, now is it clear to you? So what we are saying here, the guarantor and guarantee relationship, like bank, like there are two people, Hana, there is a importer and there is an exporter. Okay, they don't trust each other, but they need to be trade with each other because there is no other option. So what they are doing, they are having a bank as a mediator. So bank will issue a certain mode of payment to them that will be giving them the guarantee that yes, your money will be received and your goods will be received. In that situation, the guarantor will be your bank and guarantee will be your customer. Okay, the payment to exporter will be done by the letter of credit now. So importer's bank will be giving that money. How Nirav Modi used it to scam. In case of Mr. Nirav Modi, let's say for example, whenever bank is giving line of undertaking, in that situation I allow letter of credit, if we can say. So whenever bank is giving the letter of credit or bank guarantee, whatever bank is issuing to the customer, bank always have a security on behalf of that. Like if I am issuing a letter of credit, I will take a security from the customer, then I will issue a letter of credit. But in case of Mr. Nirav Modi, bank haven't taken the security, bank haven't taken the collateral from the Mr. Nirav Modi. In that situation, he did the default, he did the fraud with the bank, because the management of bank was involved, the higher management of bank was involved. Without taking the collateral, they have issued the letter of undertaking to him, and that's how the fraud happened. Okay, do not write it LOC. LOC means line of credit. LOC can be your line of credit. LC, letter of credit, is represented as the LC only. LC is the simple example I have given. In detail, what are the different types of LC and all, we will be covering in the next classes. So I have given you just the idea. Advising bank is the bank who is taking the LC on behalf of importer. Okay, and issuing bank will be the bank who is issuing the LC on behalf of your importer. Clear, Prabhakar sir? Let me know, is it everything is clear to everyone till now, or is there still any doubt in your mind? LC and LOC both are different. Line of credit means you are giving a certain loan. Okay, like Indian government signed a LOC with the Nepal government. It means Indian government is giving loan to the Nepal government. Line of credit you are talking about now. Like certain amount of money you have defined, this much amount of money can be given as a loan to the Nepal government by the Indian government. That is line of credit. And LC is your letter of credit. Okay. Email ID you need. Okay, you can take my email ID. I will write here. This is the email ID. Yes, bank is giving the guarantee na, so bank is the guarantor. Advising bank will be your exporters bank. In the example na here, this bank will be your advising bank. This bank will be your advising bank. And this bank will be your issuing bank. Okay? Ganesh sir? Okay. So this is what we have discussed today. Let's move forward, and before ending the session, this is what I have to need to tell you, that this batch has been started from 13th of January. These two batches we have started, in which Indian economy and Indian financial system we are studying at 7 AM, and the PPB, principles and practices of banking, we are covering at the 9 PM. So right now 81% discount is going on both the products, and the JAIIB, CAIIB Maha packs are also having a double validity with the 81% discount right now. Okay, so how to enroll? To enroll you have to go to the application. To enroll you have to go to the application and click on the JAIIB, CAIIB section. Okay, just go to the application and click on the JAIIB, CAIIB section. On application, you will get 1% additional discount. So if you have not downloaded it till, then do download it. So go to the JAIIB, CAIIB. If you want to go with the target batch only, just click on the JAIIB 23. Okay, if you want a Maha pack, click on the Maha pack. So these are the target batches. Click on the view all, you will find all the target batches here. Okay, to enroll, if you want to go with the English medium batch, just click on the batch, do read the details. 6 months validity is there, and click on the buy now. When you click on the buy now, enter a coupon code here, that will be your Y496, and click on the apply. When you apply, you will find 80% discount here. So 1% additional discount will be available by the application. You can use the coins, and 6 months validity will be there. The more best option for all of you who have not enrolled yet will be the Maha pack, because it will be covering double validity as well as what? Your 81% off. So you will be getting here the benefit, the cost benefit analysis you will be getting here, because all the revision batches, upcoming MCQ batch, case study batch, numerical batches, everything will be enrolled in your account. So you can go with the either of Maha pack. What I suggest personally to you, if you trust me, you can go with the JAIIB and CAIIB Maha pack, because that will be covering 2 years validity. All the JAIIB subjects, all the CAIIB compulsory and elective paper will be covered here. How to enroll? Just click on the buy now, enter a code here. The code you have to remember, that is Y496. Okay, code is Y496, and click on the apply. When you apply, again you will see 80% discount will be available. For 1% additional discount, you have to use the code on the application and use the coins. So 2 years validity, JAIIB, CAIIB, trust me, will be cleared by using these particular pack only. Okay, so around 10,500 you have to use, pay here to get all the benefits of the JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack. So right now 81% discount, the double validity is going on. The code for the same will be Y496. Okay, if you have any doubt, just revise the session. If you have any doubt, you can ask. You can ask me on Telegram also. You can search my name on Telegram. You can ask your doubts there also. Okay, both the options are there for you. Flow of funds in LC, we will be studying, Anand sir, when we will be talking about the LC and bank guarantee. Na? When we will be discussing the fund-based credit or non-fund-based credit, then we will be discussing the LC in detail. Today, we are discussing the banker-customer relationship. That's why I have not taken the whole LC part here. Clear? Okay. So, let's end here. Tomorrow will be no class. All the paid classes are off tomorrow because of the Republic Day. So, happy Republic Day in advance to all of you, and see you all. The YT sessions will be there. The YT sessions will be there on YouTube. You can check the target series is going on at 7 AM for the principles and practices of banking, at 8 AM for Indian economy, Indian financial system. Both are English medium batches. Okay, both are English medium classes on the YT. And in evening, Indian economy, Indian financial system, bilingual sessions are also going on. So, these are the target series. I am discussing the MCQs in that particular series with the explanation also. So, you can definitely join those sessions. Okay, tomorrow there will be a session on these 3 timings. You can search by my name. Just search Amanjot Kaur. You will find it. Okay. Chali, so let's end the session here. Thank you for joining. Take care. Have a good day. Have a good night. Sorry. So take care all. See you all in the next class.